Good morning, my beautiful collective. Um, right, so I was drawn to my tarot deck this morning and I've pulled a couple of cards to start off. So what came out was the Ten of Cups, the Lovers, and the Four of Swords. Okay. This tells me there was a divine relationship, family, stability within this relationship, passion, strength. Okay. A relationship, a powerful relationship that was meant to be long term. With the Four of Swords there, I feel someone had to walk away. Okay. And someone felt that they needed space because they felt very overwhelmed. I feel like with the Lovers card there, a choice was made. And on my desk, I also see conflicted, okay? I feel like someone may have had multiple options whilst this relationship was taking place and a decision was made, okay, that may not have been the right choice to make. I then pulled some more cards to confirm more on this. We have the Five of Wands landing on the Ten of Cups, which signifies conflict came to this relationship, okay? Someone could have become very defensive and maybe pulled their energy back, tried to create a chaotic situation, which caused fighting, the height end of tempers. I feel struggles, maybe with communication. On the Lovers, then came the Seven of Wands reversed. This shows me that someone within this relationship, okay, did not stand up for the other person within this relationship. They didn't fight for this relationship. They possibly felt that the other person in this relationship could have been faking it. They may not have believed or listened to their own intuition when it comes to this relationship, okay? They could have listened to others rather than listening to their own intuition. And I hear intuition wasn't heard. So this person could have been seeing signs and synchronicities, but was listening to other people's opinions, I just heard, when it came to this relationship. We then have the Empress in reverse that lands on top of the Four of Swords. This indicates the person that walked away or pulled back their energy possibly was a feminine energy. Okay, they could have been older than the other person, than their partner. And this was someone that I see suppression. This was someone that was suppressed. Their feelings were not heard. And this is exactly why this Empress energy in reverse was in reverse. Because their feelings were suppressed. And with the conflicted card there, I also feel that this person had to walk away because they were confused, disorientated, and maybe acting out of emotion, acting out of an emotional state of mind rather than a logical one. This person was disregarded as and was seen as unnurturing. Okay. Their balance maybe have been misjudged, and that was I felt I just had what am I hearing? Orchestrated. I'm hearing orchestrated, and I feel like suppression was orchestrated, and to regain their self back to reality, they had to walk away, and I see strength there. I feel like this person really had to build up a lot of courage to walk away because they were very invested in this relationship. I also see I was afraid that you would reject me if I shared my feelings to you. I feel like the person that walked away felt very conflicted, okay, with the other person's ideas of this relationship. They were left very confused with what they wanted or how they felt because they were in a feeling of avoidance. They were in an energy of avoidance, okay? And this person that walked away was very giving in with the Six of Pentacles there, okay? And now I want to see what, before I go on, I want to see more. I want to see more. So let's see, before I look at anything else, let's see what else comes out from this deck. Okay. Spirit guides, ancestors, archangels, show me more on the situation. Yeah, strength again. This person had to walk away for their own peace. And it was very hard. I feel that this decision wasn't made lightly. Okay. I feel that they had to focus on themselves because they had to overcome what they were feeling, right? And that was suppressed emotions, confusion. They were left in conflicted energy and they had to walk away. And this was a very brave decision. They had to overcome the influence of the projection this other person was implementing on them. Okay. Show me more on the Lovers and Seven of Wands reverse. The Queen of Wands reversed. So this other person was in a Queen of Wands energy reverse, okay? They were acting out of ego, manipulation, okay? This person would have been very egotistic, overconfident, acting out of haste and indecision. They could have been very hot-tempered, you know. And like I said, with the Seven of Wands reversed, they didn't use their own mind space when it came to this relationship. They were very codependent on other people's opinions, okay? Black cats could be significant. The colour yellow could be significant. I'm seeing a lot of yellow. Right. I feel like this person enticed this Empress with charm, nice soft words. Love bombing, I just heard. Love bombing could have been used to entice this person. But this relationship was meant to be like a pure divine match. But because this Queen of Wands in reverse here, now that could be male or female energy. We hold both, right? I'm reading energy, not cards. So this Queen of Wands reverse energy here listened to other people's opinions rather than following their own heart, their own intuition. And that was because they were acting out of ego. Okay, show me more the Empress reversed and the Four of Swords. Yeah, Page of Cups reversed. Like I said, this person could have been younger than you, collective. I just heard 9-10 years. It doesn't have to be, but that's what I just heard. Yeah, this offer of a relationship was not completely sincere. It being in reverse, a Page of Cups in reverse, an offer of love was made. And again, I just heard orchestrated. Someone could have sent this person into you to provoke a situation, I just heard. To provoke a situation. Show me more, Spirit. This person could have been spiritual. Okay, this could have been because of financial reasons. We've got the Nine of Pentacles in the upright. And collective, this is your energy. I'm seeing lots of yellow, which represents, in my opinion, wealth, financial stability. Okay, they could have wanted, they could have seen this relationship for financial reasons. And if they were in a Queen of Wands energy, they were acting out of ego. They could have been acting out with the Page of Cups there with a fake offer for financial independence, okay? You are someone of independent energy, someone that stands true to themselves. Someone could have been jealous of that and wanted you to be left in a position of suppression with the suppression card there. But this person did not realize your strength. Okay, they did not realize your strength. I feel with this Nine of Pentacles energy, okay, I feel that this took you a very long time to be in this type of energy, and you had to show strength and resilience within your past to be in that type of energy. And this Page of Cups in reverse acted completely out of immaturity and haste. And they did not realize that you would have the energy and resilience to be able to walk away from this relationship. And I feel now, I feel abandoned by you, and it is triggering my childhood traumas. Okay, I feel like that is this Queen of Wands in reverse energy right now. You walking away, they could have abandonment issues, and you pulling back your energy has affected them. But if they were coming in incorrect, the universe will deliver karma to that. I feel like you listen to your intuition by walking away. I feel like you listen to your intuition for walking away, and I see check yourself. Now they're in a position where they're having to check themselves, right? And I see living in memory, and this is what karma is delivering to them now. They had a complete divine connection with you, collective, and their codependent energy, seeking validation from others and not listening to their own intuition, has now left them in despair, suffering with their triggered abandonment issues, because they left something that was nurturing, loving. Okay. I also see independent again. Independent. And I also see blue car. Blue car could be significant. This could be yours or theirs, or someone connected to this person. They chose to fumble the bag, collective, and people fuck around and find out, right? I also see, am I focused on what I want most? And I believe this person wasn't focused. They wasn't focused on the passion that this relationship brought for them. And I see endurance. Okay. I feel like you had complete faith in this relationship and they didn't. And they ignored the fact that this was a healing, loving, nurturing relationship. I feel like and I see attachment. They could have attachment issues. And because of that, I also see distrust. They had trust issues when it came to you. I feel like this relationship triggered them because they hadn't felt this type of connection before, because it was so divine. And I see abuse and neglect. I'm not drawn to the abuse, but I'm definitely drawn to the neglect there. And with the suppression card there, I feel like neglecting you, they could have neglected you in a big way. They could have misheard your feelings, that your feelings could have been not heard. They could have disregarded you, things that you spoke on, they could have disregarded. They could have picked you up and put you down like a piece of meat, And you, collective, I am finally seeing my worth, yet I still feel unworthy of your love. You chose you walked away, and for good reason. It's always best to choose yourself when you're put in a position that you should not be in, right? Knowing your worth is the most powerful thing. And if you're bringing 100% to the table and receiving 40, as an example, right? Walking away is your best choice. Show me more. Show me more. Eight of Swords reversed, okay? Yeah. You no longer feel isolated anymore, and I feel like this relationship was making you feel trapped, powerless, okay? You're no longer in fear of being abandoned. Your hands are no longer tied to this relationship, okay? And if this person reaches out, just stay clear of them, because I feel like they're receiving karma now. And I see my mask keeps me safe. I need to fake my feelings. And that's exactly what they've done. Rather than being vulnerable and opening up to strengthen this relationship, they totally disregarded you and put up a guard and listen to the opinions of others, okay? And I feel overwhelmed. I'm drowning in my own thoughts. And that's because they now realize what they had. They fumbled, okay? They fumbled. I see debt. This person could be in debt right now. They could be struggling with their finances. And I see lust, okay? There could have been a third party. They could have been very inconsiderate when it came to you, and they could have put you in a third party situation. They could be manifesting this relationship back because with hoping there. I also see intimacy and second chance. Okay, so this person could be wanting a second chance now. They could have realized that the grass was not greener on the other side, right? And they could now want reconciliation. You know, I feel like you've grown, you've become very independent, okay, with the 9 of Pentacles there. And now that is something they're going to have to watch, right? They're going to have to suffer for making the choices. You know, we can't make choices in this world and not expect to live the consequences of our actions, right? And you put faith in yourself and the universe that they would move you forward, and you move forward. I feel like you're receiving rewards, and this person is now seeing you like they just put you on a back burner and now want a second chance. With the dice there, they could make a gamble with taking the risk of coming back. But I feel like you both are on what's on the bottom of the deck? I feel like you're not in alignment, both of you now, because you chose to heal a situation and they didn't. On the bottom of the deck, we've got 3 of Pentacles. Okay. They could, like I said, they were in codependent energy and they chose to team up with other people's opinions rather than their own, all right? And judgment. Judgment has now been called. And when people make the wrong choices for their life or decisions within their life, judgment gets called. And I feel like they could be placing the blame on others now for listening to other people's opinions, right? But at the end of the day, regardless of other people's opinions, 222 on the clock, regardless of other people's opinions, the choice is still ours. And when you make a choice to follow someone else's opinion rather than your own, you run the risk of them choices being a wrong decision, okay? And that is something they are now being judged upon. Leave that with them. That is their problem, and it's not yours. You've moved forward. Keep moving forward. I absolutely love you guys, and I hope this helps. Mwah. Have a great day.